Rousey versus McMahon, February. That's the headliner.
And that's a fast turnaround.
She goes right back into camp.
I'm ready to get back into it. I'm still hungry, and this is what I love to do. I feel like I could fight again tonight. Olympic medalist, undefeated for the championship. We've never had that many factors come together. Women's MMA has almost skipped ahead of the guys.
Before we ever even knew each other, we were striving for the same goal in our individual sports.
It raises the whole level for everybody.
I've competed against Olympic medalists. I've competed against world medalists and champions.
I couldn't be more excited to have an athlete of Sarah's level to really test myself against. This is the perfect time for everything to be coming together.
Women's bantamweight champ Ronda Rousey defends her title against Olympic silver medalist Sarah McMahon. Strikeforce heavyweight Grand Prix champion Daniel Cormier will face undefeated UFC newcomer Patrick Cummins. And MMA phenom Rory McDonald will face Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu standout Damian Maia. This is Countdown to UFC 170.
Bring the champ out here. I'm gonna make it official, the first ever UFC Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. She'll be fighting Liz Carmouche, and she is the main event.
This is a gigantic cultural moment, Mike, and this is not just a moment for Ronda Rousey. This is a moment for women's sports, period. This is going to open the door to so many young women that never thought about doing this as a career.
Fighting's universal. It transcends.
February 23rd, 2013, and the first woman to enter the octagon.
It may be the only arena in sport where men and women are looked at as almost equal. And if there's anything that the UFC has shown, that these are main event competitors.
There was a lot to prove for that fight. It was a big experiment to take the women on. That card not performing wasn't an option. I couldn't have it be a failure. That card had to do well.
Now this is bad. This is the armbar position. She's looking for it. She got it. And it's all over. Once again, first round armbar finish for the champion, Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey might be the biggest star in the UFC now, with George St. Pierre retiring. She might be the biggest star in the UFC.
She is the ultimate package. She is an incredible athlete. She's incredibly marketable as well.
She's got star quality. She's got a magnetism about her that a lot of people don't have.
Ronda Rousey has put women's MMA on her back.
But competing at the highest level is nothing new to Ronda Rousey. Before becoming the face of women's MMA, she won a bronze medal in judo at the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing. It was directly after that time that Rousey desired a life many 21-year-olds take for granted.
Right after the 2008 Olympics, I wanted to be normal for a little bit. I wanted to have my own apartment, my own car, my own dog, and I wanted to work as a bartender. And I got all those things, and it was much more difficult than I thought it would be. We had a tiny, tiny apartment. We had as much free room as my kitchen now, and it was hard for sure. Throughout all this, my whole life since judo, my dog has been the one consistency, I think, in my life. I'm really lucky that I've been able to afford a lifestyle where I can actually just be on the beach, and I can just walk out and go look at the ocean and sit there with my dog. That actually makes me a lot happier than a lot of other things could.
We didn't see Ronda for the rest of 2013 because she filmed The Ultimate Fighter. Ronda was coaching on the show against Miesha Tate.
She can't stand Miesha Tate, her arch rival, who she already fought once in Strikeforce and beat.
We got 12 weeks of these two bickering back and forth on television. It was pretty entertaining at times.
Can you please move away from my boyfriend? I'm really not sitting near your boyfriend. I don't think anyone with half a brain would desire a man like that.
People start to see a different side of Ronda Rousey.
You smiling at my girl's pain today is one more reason I'm gonna destroy you again.
I like being the heel. The Joker, I always thought was way more interesting than Batman.
She goes from Miss America Wonder Woman, the hero of women's MMA, to a villain, and completely okay in that situation.
Either people absolutely loved me or they couldn't stand me, but at least they had a very passionate opinion about me.
Look at the chance of Miesha. Wow.
My whole judo career, I was always the bad guy, and I just always loved shutting crowds up. I never worked for cheers, I worked for silence. If you doubt me and you don't want me to win, that motivates me more than anything.
Is getting taken down by Ronda. She's gonna work on every single aspect of her game. She wants to be champion for a long time. Oh!
Looking for a takedown again.
Ronda gets it down again.
Man,
Beautiful
that judo
job.
is so awesome.
She's so technical at it.
Again, Miesha now looks for the takedown.
Oh my goodness.
And again, Ronda with that judo.
It's just sensational. The way she capitalizes on the momentum, perfect timing. This is an incredible fight. Ronda's slowly spinning her around. And she's gonna go for the arm. She's in trouble.
Oh, no,
she's in it. She tapped. She tapped.
Ronda Rousey remains the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion. Winner by armbar.
Wow, she went to shake Ronda's hand and Ronda walked away from her.
And the crowd absolutely turned on her. It was a chorus of boos, the likes I've never heard of before.
I call them anti-fans. I'm here to entertain, I'm not here to be liked. Dana told me that he would need me to fight again at the end of February. I talked to my coach, and he said, call him back and tell him what any bitch he wants in February. So I called him back and told him exactly that.
Dana, what did you just hang up? That's my last question.
Rousey versus McMahon, February. That's the headliner.
And that's a fast turnaround.
She goes right back into camp.
I'm in the best shape of my life now, so I think it'd be the perfect time to just go back to back. I'm ready to get back into it. I'm still hungry, and this is what I love to do. Hopefully I'll have another good show for you guys very soon.
It's going to be Ronda Rousey versus Sarah McMahon to headline UFC 170.
For the first time ever, we're getting two Olympic medalists, both undefeated, meeting inside the octagon.
Except where Ronda was a judo practitioner, Sarah was a wrestler.
Right away, that's an intriguing matchup.
She's in her groove, she's in momentum. We took a few days off and we get back to training. We know exactly what to do with her, so she'll be in the best shape of her life.
They contacted me, it was about 5 weeks before that fight, and I just knew that I was fighting the winner of that fight.
McMahon got a much more of a heads up than I did about this fight, but it doesn't really matter to me. She could have known 5 years ago. I'm still gonna beat her.